What we're going to talk about today is how to reach your income goals and how to set your pricing to make sure that you do that. And you know what? It's easier than you think. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Wendy. I am Wendy Pitts-Reeves. I am a licensed clinical social worker and private practice coach. I work with healers and healthcare practitioners of all kinds across the country, all in how to grow and maintain and sustain and enjoy your private practice, to develop it in a way that it serves you as well as it does your clients, because I kind of think that's how it should be. So there. And if you like these videos, if you learn something here, if this is helpful to you, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, if you shared it with a friend, and even better yet, if you would click on the subscribe button below. When you do that, it helps me grow this channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and it helps me get this content in front of more people who need to see it. And I would really appreciate that. Now let's dive in. So what I'm going to be talking with you today is about how to reverse engineer your income and use that to figure out what to charge. Now, those of you who have been with me for a while, you know how to do this because I've taught most of you, but it never hurts to have a refresher. So I encourage you to stick around anyway. We're going to just do a simple 3-step process, y'all. Now, if you have been following me for a while, then you know that for the last several weeks, we have been talking about all kinds of things related to pricing. We've talked about how to determine what you should be charging. We've talked about how to raise your rates. We've talked about how to give back in a way that is healthy and in alignment with your goals as a business owner and as a human being. If you missed the video that I did a few weeks ago on how to set your rates based on the value that you bring to the table, I really want you to go watch that because that one's important. And I think that will set a nice foundation for what we're doing today. So check that out. I'm going to have a link for it somewhere here or here. And you can go watch that first. I think you'll find that to be quite an eye opener. People are telling me it's really got them thinking. But then come back here and let's do this. So what I want to do is I'm going to walk you through a really simple process. And y'all, I'm going to warn you, there's a little math involved. But hang in there. It's not too complicated. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me on this. And I will even have a little handy dandy worksheet for you that I'll share with you at the end that you can actually use to go off and do this on your own. But for now, I just want you to hear me out, play with this idea, and let me teach you how to do this. So there's 3 steps. Step 1 is I want you to set a number. What do you want to bring in the door as your gross revenue, your gross income for the year? How much do you want to make in a year? Before taxes, before you spend a penny of it, just bottom line, I need this much coming in the door. What is that number? Think about that. Now, a lot of folks will tell me they want to make $70,000 a year or they want to make a 6-figure practice. I'm going to suggest that we go a little above 6 figures and start at 110,000. And yes, I just totally pulled that out of thin air, but I'd like you to take whatever number you're thinking of and stretch it a little bit. So let's say you want to make 110,000 a year. Okay, let's start with that. That's step 1. Easy, right? Step 2, and this isn't where everybody always goes, but here's what I want you to do. How many weeks a year do you want to work? Or another way of thinking about that is, how many weeks of vacation do you want to have? Now, you're the boss. I hope you're a good one. And just as a little aside, let me just say a vacation does not mean a 3-day weekend, okay? Okay. For the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to suggest we play around with 4 weeks off a year. I think it'd be great if you did more than that, but that's a month off. I'll take that. That would give you a week around the holidays, around Christmas. That would give you a couple of weeks in the summer to do a true, real live vacation, and another week to sort of spread out through the year with a couple of long weekends here or there. Let's just start with that. So to make $110,000 a year, how much do you need to be bringing in each week to meet that goal each week? Well, if you divide 110,000 by 48, that's how many weeks we're talking about working. 110,000 divided by 48 is $2,292 per week. You would need to bring in $2,292 per week to reach that goal. Does that sound like a lot to you? Does that sound like not that much to you? I'm going to guess most of the time you can make that, y'all, in a couple of days, honestly. But you can do that in a whole week. So let's take it now to step 3. How many client-facing hours do you want to spend per week? Now, for the purpose of this exercise, I'm just going to think of this as a standard dollars per hour, one-on-one work with a client. How many client hours a week do you want to have? Notice I did not say how many hours a week do you want to work, because that's different. That's different. There's a lot of things about running a business that are not necessarily in that moment producing revenue. It's when you're seeing a client that you're making money, at least in the beginning. So how many client-facing hours a week do you want to have? For a full-time private practice where most of the work is one-on-one by the hour, especially in my world, which is the counseling world, a full practice is considered 20 to 25 hours a week. So at 20 client hours a week, what do you need to charge per hour to reach $2,292, $2,292? $115 per session. That's it. $115 per session. But to get my point, isn't that less than what you would have thought? So you see 20 people a week and $115 a session, you're going to make $110,000 a year and still have a month off. It's often easier than you think to reach the income levels that you want to reach. Often. Now, I do want to give you a quick little tip, and that is think about different types of revenue streams you may have coming in. So I'm basing this on a flat hourly rate, but I would love to see you get beyond dollars for hours. And if you're running groups, doing intensives, holding retreats, if you charge more for an initial consult, anything like that, that's going to adjust these numbers. Build that in too. How many of those do you want to do in a year? And whatever that does, that's going to impact your bottom line as well. So play with that a little bit and come up with a creative mix to reach your number. But bottom line is it's easier to do than you think. Income per year, weeks you want to work, number of client-facing hours you want to do each week, that's going to tell you your bottom line hourly rate. Anything above that, y'all, is gravy. Yeah? Yeah. Now to help you with this, I do have a little worksheet for you. It's where I'm going to walk this all out. It's the same 3-step process. Be looking for that in a link below, but we'll have that download available for you where you can go print that out and sit down with a pencil and a calculator and play with the numbers and see how easy it is for you to reach the number you really want to reach. And if it's if you find out what I think you're going to find out, you might even want to bump it up a little bit. What if you want to make 120,000 or 130? Or what if the income level stays the same, but you'd like to take 6 weeks off? I don't know. But play with the math, figure it out, and you will know exactly what to charge per hour on an hourly basis. One last little thing I want to share with you, just in case you want to get a little bit more creative with this. I really would like to see you move beyond the hourly rate idea. That's where everybody starts. But to make to really do well in your business and to not have to work so hard and still make good money, I encourage you to look at creative ways to boost your cash flow. And if you haven't already done so, I would invite you to download the free guide I have created for you. It is a little ebook that is called 31 Ways to Boost Your Cash Flow in Your Private Practice without becoming salesy or sleazy or somebody you don't even like. I hope this is helpful. Like I said, if it is, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for being here. I would love to talk to you about this. We talk about it every week in the Ideal Practice Cafe over in my Facebook group. Would love to see you there. Otherwise, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.